Hi there. I know you're here and listening to this talk because you've decided to take on the monthly fast for 24 hours with me. So, more power to you for making this choice to fast. This is a short video, hopefully, a short one, to give you a few perspectives around fasting, understand what it does for you, and help you go into it feeling completely empowered. And you also have this amazing tribe doing it with you. So we'll keep all of the questions, jokes, and the complaining open in the group till we make it through. Okay. So the top reasons why people have disliked fasting in the past, me included, are one, it triggers scarcity, and that feels really scary. Two, it feels boring to not eat, like we actually miss the act of chewing. And three, many are afraid to experience the uncomfortable detox symptoms. So, here are four perspectives around fasting: one, anthropological; two, scientific; three, cultural; and spiritual. I'm clubbing those two together. So, see which ones resonate with you so it can help you anchor yourself for 24 hours. Okay. From an anthropological perspective, our bodies have evolved to adapt to cycles of both fasting, which is periods of no food availability, and feasting, which is periods of abundant food availability. This is something a body understands really, really well. So, if you do go into fasting, it'll be perfectly fine because we are meant to go through cycles of storing energy and releasing energy. In the current era, we're eating all of the time. We produce insulin all the time, and we're always in fat storage mode. And insulin is supposed to go up and down. Insulin is a storage molecule, it takes everything into storage, storage of fat. Okay. So when insulin comes down, the fat storage padlocks are actually taken off, and the fats can now be mobilized and used. And that does incredible things for the body. So this is where, I'll talk about the second perspective, which is the scientific perspective, and it's connected to the previous one. So going into fat burning and releasing fat is only one aspect of what happens when you fast. The thing to remember when you release fat is that you're actually releasing toxins that the fat was protecting too. So fasting impacts stem cell mobilization as well, which is body's way of cleaning out damaged cells in order to regenerate newer, healthier cells. Your gut biome changes, and for those of you who need repair in the gut, this is a great start. Your growth hormone skyrockets, your immunity gets stronger, and finally, your dopamine receptors get a reset. So, there are amazing healing activities that go on inside of your body that you cannot see in the moment when you fast. The third and the fourth perspective are intertwined, which is the cultural and the spiritual one. Fasting has been a practice in many cultures as a cleanse, both a physiological cleanse as well as a spiritual cleanse. They didn't do it to get a hot beach body. They did it to connect with the higher power within them or outside of them. Growing of food, foraging food, cleaning, cooking, eating, digesting is a necessity for living. And at the same time, it's a lot of work. So when we take a break from all of that work, something special happens. Mind, body, spirit cleansing in a lot of ways begins to happen. So you may begin to see parts of your life that are not working for you. You may see a vision for yourself. You may see what you need to get in touch with. You may see what you need to let go of: habits, people, places, things, thoughts. This is a very personal growth experience. So be in it for the experience of it. Okay. So find which perspective resonates with you to help you connect your mind and heart with fasting. So I've put together a bunch of questions that may help you go through with fasting with ease. Now, the first one is: I'm scared of not eating. I've never fasted before. I'm not sure I can do it. Right? And I know that feels really scary at first, but remember that comes from a scarcity mindset. We've all been there and stayed there at some point. So ask yourself, is that really true? Are you really in scarcity? While you're fasting, you'll have a much, much keener eye for all of the food that's around you, and it'll make you look at food with such fascination. We're surrounded with so much abundance of food all around us, and yet we live in scarcity of wanting to eat more all the time, every day, every meal. And taking a break from that abundance and tapping into our body's existing abundance is a very, very humbling experience. So find your why. Why are you choosing to fast? That will help you stay the course. Also, it's not true that you've never fasted. Think about it. You may not have fasted for 24 hours, but you do take your body through a fast every single night for 8 to 10 hours without eating anything. See, you've already made a start right there. Okay. So, next question, why am I choosing to fast? Right? Why am I choosing? So, I want to share this experience, or I want to share my reason for fasting with you just as an example. So, I'm choosing to fast to break my eating patterns of wanting to eat often, of wanting to snack in between meals. A lot of times I eat as a way to procrastinate the next thing. I know snacking is bad for me, and it's something that I consciously work on. While I know all the miraculous benefits of fasting, I want it all, including the anti aging one, but I'm anchoring myself on two things. First, break my eating patterns where I want to snack all the time. And two, if at all I'm hit by a life threatening disease, then I do want fasting as a tool that I can exercise. So I want to strengthen that muscle. And I hope my husband's not listening to this at this moment. Um, I only started eating much cleaner in the past 2 years since I did WildFit. I still have 40 years behind me where I ate differently. And in spite of eating mostly clean now, I can hardly tell how produce makes it to the market with all of the chemicals and GMO in it. So I'm prepping for the future. I'm prepping for my next 40 years. Fasting is truly a muscle to strengthen. No one comes at it with ease. Everyone learns to tune into it and embrace it. The body adapts to it fairly quickly because it's actually used to fasting and feasting. We now need to train our monkey mind. Okay? So choose to fast from a really empowered place. You do not want to communicate scarcity or restriction to the body. You do not want to associate fasting with punishment. And just like how you had detox symptoms when you transitioned into each of the weeks in the 90-day challenge, some of you might experience those here. For some, it'll be deeply spiritual, for some, emotional, because you're removing food as a coping mechanism. And for some, it's going to be nothing, no feelings at all, because you're very busy with work. So keep an open doc, write them down, or make our WhatsApp group your open doc. Keep sharing there. We'll make it a fun learning experience. Okay. All right. With that, next question. What should our mindset be for fasting? So we should stay in abundance at all points. There is abundance of nutrients on our body that the body can tap into. We all have enough fat and nutrients to carry us for about 40 days. So stay in abundance mindset, okay? Stay in playground mindset too. Have fun with it. Make notes when hunger comes and goes. You'll be surprised to see that hunger actually goes. The hunger hormone, ghrelin, comes and goes the usual times you were eating. The point is, it goes. So observe those, make note of it, and say, what time is it? Is it the time that I used to normally eat a meal or mindlessly snack? Often it is. So write those moments down, and it'll be fun to make those observations. You may get bored because of the no chewing action. Laugh, make note of it. We're so used to chewing all day. So stay in playground mindset and not a prisoner mindset, wondering, oh dear God, how do I kill the next 5 hours? Right? And that may happen to some of you too. Observe it and say, I am okay. Right? Uh, Next question. What time does the clock start ticking? So this is very easy. The clock starts ticking whenever you finish dinner the previous night. So if you finish dinner at 7:30 p.m. on Sunday night, that's when the clock starts ticking and your 24-hour window begins. You finish your fast on Monday at 7:30 p.m. Now we all eat dinner at different times and we're all in different time zones. So our clock will start ticking at different times, but we will all overlap at some point. So fun. All right, next question. What can I eat or drink? Eat nothing. Sorry, I know many folks in India are used to eating fruits, sabudana khichdi, and other fun stuff during a fast. Very convenient. Unfortunately, that isn't fasting. But you sure do get lots of points for saying that you fasted. Okay. However, since this is a 24-hour fast, for this to be most effective, we'll only be drinking water with salts or electrolytes or herbal teas. So, lemon water is great too, especially for those with kidney stone issues. You should have water with lemon juice in it. No other drinks, no caffeinated drinks, no smoothies. Next question is, can I take medication on a fast? So here's where I would say, please work with your medical practitioner on this. Work with your doctor to understand if you can fast at all, if you have any pre-existing conditions. So if you can fast, then make sure you can reach out to your doctor for timely support if needed. Okay. Next question is, how do I manage feelings of hunger? Like I mentioned a minute ago, the hunger hormone ghrelin will come and go. It peaks the usual times you used to eat in anticipation of the food, but when you don't feed it anything, it actually goes away. It takes about 15 to 45 minutes to go away, depending on individuals. Sip water, sip your herbal tea, and you'll be okay. Keep reminding yourself that there is abundance of nutrients on your body. Your body is loving the fast. You just need to train your mind now. Go do chores, go have some meeting, go for a walk, watch something, sing a song, do a dance, call a friend, journal if you like, do anything, and eventually your hunger hormone will go away. It's a fun experiment to see what times of the day you have that Pavlovian reflex built in. Okay? All right, next question. What can I expect to experience during a fast? So you could go through a fast with steady energy and have a completely seamless experience where hunger comes and goes, you work, you get your exercise for the day, you're perfectly fine. And for some of you, there could be symptoms, and the most common symptoms of fasting are skin rash, headache, diarrhea, or constipation, everything gut related, or fatigue. So, four things. Okay. I have turned the next one into another question, which is, why would our body give these symptoms when we begin to fast? It is so important to understand this because our body is meant to go in and out of sugar burning and fat burning mode. So, when we come into fasting, we actually take the body into fat burning mode. There are several things that happen. The body is under a little bit of stress and therefore it has to repair itself. And sometimes it shows up as a rash, sometimes headache, sometimes gut issues or fatigue. Now, these symptoms are a sign that the body is beginning to repair. So, first, most important thing is to not label these symptoms as bad. These are great signs of healing. Understand that the body is making a switch, it's making ketones, and it's trying to heal at a much faster rate than ever before. Okay. So there is so much research out there that the gut is one of the biggest areas that repairs itself while fasting. As you fast, you kill the bad bacteria and grow the good bacteria. And often, when the die off happens of the bad bacteria, it can look like diarrhea or constipation. Rashes are often the gut pushing out the bad stuff. And the last thing is autophagy. This happens at about 17 hours into the fast, where we're turning on the cell's intelligence and the cell will repair itself. In this phase, the intelligence looks around and says, there's a lot of mess in this cell. This cell can turn into a cancer cell. Or, this cell can turn into something highly dysfunctional for this body. I'm going to kill it. And when it kills it, all the toxins inside that cell can be spilt out into your bloodstream, and that will feel like a brain fog, and that can lead to fatigue. Again, it's another great thing, but we've been taught to villainize symptoms. We never talk about the upside of symptoms, and this is an upside of symptoms because the body is killing the cell before it can go rogue to become a cancer cell. So, redefine how you look at these symptoms and know that it's a miraculous healing effect that's happening in your body. Okay. So the next question is, what now? What can I do for it if I'm experiencing these symptoms? Right? So, first, do not give up. Reframe your symptom and celebrate that your body is healing. For skin rashes, know that anything on the skin means that your body is pushing toxins out. So, some free and easy things to do are have Epsom salt bath, which will pull out toxins from the skin and put magnesium back into the skin. Or have a bath with loofah and scrub yourself to open the skin area up to allow for those toxins to get out. Do not put any moisturizer on the skin that might block those pores. Okay. Next is headaches as a symptom. So, this can mean two things. One, it could be a withdrawal symptom if you were having caffeine or too much food processed as sugar. So, endure it by drinking more water or taking a 10-minute cat nap and allow it to pass. In the long run, think about lesser reliance on such foods. Okay. And if you're getting headaches as a symptom of fasting, not as a withdrawal, then it's really a sign of toxins being pushed out again. So, some things you can do are sleeping more or going to the sauna or getting exercise. So, you sweat out those toxins and drink more water with salts. And anytime you get bowel changes when you're fasting, like I mentioned, it's a sign that something in there needed repair. And as you fast, your gut heals. The last one is fatigue. If you're exhausted the entire time that you're fasting, this is a sign that your mitochondria are not performing well. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of the cell that create energy. And when you switch over to fat burning energy system, it powers up the mitochondria. And if you're fatigued, then it means that the mitochondria needs some support. Keep fasting because ketones heal the mitochondria. Okay? So, next question. How do I come out of a fast? The best way to come out of a fast is by eating fats like avocado, coconut milk pudding, hemp heart smoothie, or even alkagizer, which is the green smoothie with some extra avocado in it. And then after an hour, you can eat a regular meal with lots of vegetables, some protein, and some good fat. You can also break your fast with proteins, and that will help with muscle building. Try not to break your fast with fruits, fruit juices, or foods that will add sugar to the body. So you can actually continue reaping the benefits of fasting. Also, hemp hearts is not good fat, it's good protein, it's plant based protein. Yeah. All right. I saved the last question about weight release. And I know this is an important one for some of you. So the question is, will I lose weight if I fast? And the answer is yes and no, because it depends on you. During a fast, your body will shift metabolism and it will go into ketosis, which is fat burning at about 14 hours. So, for about 10 hours, your body is in fat burning mode and you will see some weight release. What you do at that 24-hour finish line is what will decide if you continue releasing weight or you put that weight back on and more. So, you are technically at a choice point here. If you eat pure fats, when you finish your 24-hour mark, it will kill your hunger and you can continue on still high in ketosis. And then you can break your fast with a protein rich breakfast and stay with a high vegetable diet going forward. If you eat foods that are processed as sugar in the body, like bread, pasta, rice, grains of any kinds, refined sugars, honey, dessert, alcohol, etc., you'll quickly switch over to sugar burning. So, how you use the momentum you have built is in your hands. Ultimately, the 1 day fast has tremendous healing benefits, including shifting your metabolism. But if you're doing it purely for releasing weight, your body will sense it. You're basically viewing food as your enemy, and at some point, it'll stop helping with the weight loss. You're better off changing your relationship with food and building consistent, sustainable eating habits to arrive at your natural weight and be filled with vitality. Okay. So, with that, all the questions that I had written down are done with. So, ultimately, fasting is a mirror of the body. If you don't villainize the symptoms, you can actually take your health to a whole new level because fasting is teaching us about us. So, all the best, and let's do this together. See you soon. Bye bye.